and welcome to Making Bad Decisions. I'm Motts, this is Mantis, this is Sherlock Holmes Chapter One.
Yeah, bad decisions all around. We have to decide who to give the photo to.
Yep.
Our options are give it to Mr. Bernadotti, in which he will blackmail Norton and secure a lovely home for the victim who really wanted us to please go away and never return.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's be pretty pissed at us
Interfering with her life again.
yeah, and being like, oh no, here, have this lovely house.
You know, again, away from like any amount of people she's friends with or family she has under that bridge or anything like that. Her culture, you know,
yeah,
completely pulled from her to slap her in like some fancy apartment.
Yeah.
It may be nice for her, but at the same time it's very dehumanizing. Not that leaving someone under a bridge is very much more humanizing, because it's not, but...
Option 2 is to give the photo to Vogel, as Vogel did want us to find out what was going on. And this is certainly the one that provides the most justice, as it gets released, presumably
Publicly.
to the press.
Yeah.
And then, like, Norton's reputation is ruined. But it really only serves to punish Norton and not help any of the refugees.
It might help them in the court of public opinion, but we don't know. We don't know how that will...
I mean, it might also make it worse for them.
Exactly. We
'cause
don't
it
know
brings
how
more
the
attention
public
to them.
will, you know, react to it.
And option 3, which is definitely one of the most morally questionable,
It is, yeah.
give the photo to Norton. He goes unpunished, but he says that he will help the whole camp.
Yeah. And I feel like the game wants us to go with the Vogel one, because if you guys remember, there was a cutscene when we enter Vogel's, like, art studio.
Yeah, the caravans, right?
Yeah. I feel like the game wants us to do that. Here's the thing, I'm in control, and I've, like, thought about this. My decision is to give it to Norton, which is why we're at City Hall right now. And here's my reasoning. It will benefit the most people. It sucks that he gets away with it. That is absolutely fucking awful. However, those people need to not be under that bridge. They need a place to stay, they need home, they need food, you know, like they need medicine, and they're being treated like subhuman under a fucking bridge. If I can give them resources, I'm gonna choose to use my power to do that.
Yeah.
That's my reasoning here. I don't know if the game wants me to do that, but I'm gonna stick to my gut. Sorry, kid! I'm gonna stick with my gut.
And by the way, I looked up, we are actually pretty close to the end of the game.
Really?
Yeah, there's, like one more major case after this one.
Huh. Alright, well we might finish up in time for that special thing you wanted to do in February.
Have you thought it all through?
Yes, I've got something special planned for February. So if there's an extra episode, like this week, possibly next week, it will probably be because we're trying to get set up for February.
Yeah.
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh, I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Naylor.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, now we need to talk to Vogel.
Okay.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio, perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then. What happened to your crusade of truth?
Weird.
Was it not that important after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an
Correct.
attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
I think, like, the game was, like, obviously we're supposed to talk to Vogel regardless.
Yeah.
I think each of those times it's essentially having to load in the next part of the cutscene.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So it snapped weirdly to, like, a frame about the two of them.
Yes. I will say, Mr. Vogel, boring it may be, but sometimes it's better to not gossip than it is to, you know, spill the tea.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to know when to hold your tongue, even if it sucks. 'Cause it sucks!
Yeah. You want to go, what is it, or about my mother?
Previously you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was
Definitely.
unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine.
That's a lie.
Vogel, you were not given permission to touch Sherry's face.
Was that Vogel's
That was
hand?
Vogel's hand.
What the fuck, Vogel?
If you notice at the end there, Sherlock Cat pulls away from it.
Dude, no. You guys aren't close like that. That's, I don't trust Vogel.
Vogel, Sherry doesn't let John touch him like that. You think that?
I mean, John's also more, well, he's more brother-like.
Yeah.
Even though they say friends and not brothers. At least that's the tone I got from him.
John generally stands about at least 6 inches away from Sherlock when they're at their closest, though.
Yeah.
Probably due to the fact that John is intangible and wouldn't actually be able to touch him. But still.
Yeah.
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
What have you sent me?
Something. Some shit.
Thank you,
you know?
Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Got $80 and a package from Vogel.
Where is this package?
I'm not sure. I said it was delivered to the manor,
Oh, so it's probably...
but it's probably a piece of it's probably in like the casebook as something that we can like, note about? Yeah, it's a location. Oh.
Hi, dude. Bye, dude. Whoa.
We swear that we are totally working on that thing for Mycroft.
Definitely.
John.
100%.
Talk to
Yeah.
John, if you can.
Oh. Shit!
Just look at this thing. It's huge.
You know, I see why he's not sure how to respond to it. It appears to be a mermaid skeleton.
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
You find this familiar?
Yes.
Cthulhu.
Ah. The eldritch wing of the house.
Did you just remember something? Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare you?
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything. I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
Well, we're gonna pretend that, like, we didn't have that conversation in front of a mermaid skeleton and the poor guy over there that doesn't get paid enough for this. Yeah. Oh, my goodness, there's the balloon.
Oh, my gods. Thank you, the balloon.
I imagine Goliath was surprised to find out his lady was not real.
So that happened. John, do you have any insight into, you know, the argument with Mycroft?
Just look at this thing.
Nope.
It's huge.
He is head empty, no thoughts as usual.
John was staring at the box through the whole argument. Ooh, we got a new piece of evidence to pin.
Oh.
That's
Mycroft's
the
umbrella. The only outgoing thing in his wardrobe.
Gee.
We should have thrown it at him.
We should have. Got wood? You got wood?
I remember returning home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something huge in the main hall.
Probably this mermaid, I would presume, right?
Likely.
Fishtail, mysterious.
It was a giant
probably
aquarium
mermaid.
with a living mermaid in it.
Oh,
Impossible, it must have been something
no,
else.
no.
Dry skeleton.
Oh, of course, that mortifying hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Oh, fine. Your memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately. And someone else was around, too.
Your
It was
mom?
my mother. She asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating and holding something in your hand.
Was it the stick?
The
Oh,
magnifying
I
glass.
inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm it was made of 2 different skeletons. The mermaid was a fake.
And so it was time to smash the thing. Your mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John, that's not how it happened.
Ah,
I remember other people joined us.
people? Workers?
The workers took the artifact and placed it into the Cabinet of Curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the details. This mermaid helped me to learn that.
And it's unlocked a new room.
Ah yes, my mother's studio. She was an authenticator and this was her Cabinet of Curiosities.
Excuse
I never
me,
saw
hold
the
on 2
point.
seconds.
What does it matter if some artifact is real or not? It still exists.
Hello, Cthulhu.
Hi, Cthulhu.
See you in the next game.
Yes. A lot of interesting shit here.
The full plate armor of Sir Robert Saunford. I was told my father won it in a wager.
Armor is armor, but look at his sword. Oh, how badly I wanted to wield the blade. Maybe you take it instead of your pistol.
I mean, Sherlock with a sword, you know, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's some. This is concerning. What's that? A torn diploma found in the Cabinet of Curiosities. Someone deliberately ripped it into several pieces. Reassembled and translated, the diploma reads, "On behalf of the board of the University of Geneva, Switzerland, we rectors of the university, noting that Mr. Otto Richter has undergone the tests required by the laws and regulations, confer him the degree of Doctor of Medicine with the rights and prerogatives?"
Yep.
So attached. I don't think I've ever seen the word prerogatives written out before. I've heard it, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Clearly, it was deliberately torn. I wonder why someone would do that.
That is odd.
that is definitely odd. My only thought would be unless it was a fake.
I mean, maybe.
The Tulpa. Studies in Tibetan Mentalism. An impressive number of bookmarks. Someone was rather obsessed with this subject.
Interesting. I was very interested in tulpas.
Yeah. A letter from Otto's brother. My dear brother, I heard you recently arrived on Cordona. Have you come to see me? I do miss our evening conversations, even if we never agree in our opinions. Cordona is home to a stunning new art gallery, which I visit every Thursday. Meet me there. Oh, and do not seek Klaus. I left that name behind.
So Vogel is Otto Richter's brother?
Maybe.
That's what I got from that. We'll see if that's true. Put a pin in that. If I'm wrong, smack me. If I'm
But
right, I get a cookie.
He definitely knows who Otto Richter's brother is.
Yeah, definitely. Because, like, here's the thing. I am, like, 99% sure Vogel is involved in Violet's death. Somehow.
He knows something.
He knows something. And he's dicking around with Sherlock. Mrs. Holmes is a patient of considerable interest, and an ideal test subject to explore some of my theories.
Off to a terrible start.
This is a great start. I will attempt to repeatedly immerse her in the traumatic situation that precipitated her mental illness. Oh my god, don't do that! It is my belief that reliving the moment may give her mind a chance to embrace what happened, accept it, and effectively cure itself. I'm confident in my hypothesis and merely need to prove it. So, exposure therapy.
Exposure therapy to someone that is not mentally well to handle exposure therapy.
I'm like 90% sure exposure therapy is also not really a proven science. Like, it can work with some people and others no.
Yeah.
So, no. In addition, it's fortuitous to be around the broader Holmes family. Perhaps I will be able to also examine the hereditary of psychological traits, be them competencies?
Competencies?
Thank you. Competencies or disorders. It is already apparent that all of the family members share an uncommonly high intelligence. It appears that the mother's condition has begun to affect the mind of the youngest boy, Sherlock. While I cannot conduct a proper medical examination due to the protectiveness of the elder son, it seems that the boy suffers from ongoing hallucinations in the form of an imaginary friend, John. So yeah, so people do know about John. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I've been wondering whether or not people knew about John for a while, like, at least in the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. It definitely was mentioned by, like, John Sherlock when, like, Sherry had carved their initials into the banister.
Yeah.
So whether or not, like, they obviously they thought that he was hallucinating here.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, questionably he might be hallucinating.
But, like, yeah. So Mycroft was also protecting Sherlock from Dr. Otto Richter.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, he does also seem to be a bit of a quack doctor.
Yes! I definitely do get that, like, Mycroft probably does the things he does because he thinks he's protecting Sherlock. And in some cases, he is definitely protecting Sherlock. And in this case, like, where Sherlock is a boy and he can't really protect himself from, like, the situation from, like, the doctor or anything like that. Like, these are important. However, Sherlock very much does have a point. You shouldn't continue to lie to someone, even if you think it's best that they don't know.
Yeah.
Because it never turns out well. Alright, let's back out of that.
And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course. Vikings never had horns on their helmets.
This is a true fact.
The so-called mummy of a Persian princess. The defrauders did good work, but missed one small detail. It's the mummy of a man.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, honey. Let's see.
I mean, it would if they just sort of slapped a random mummy in a random sarcophagus.
Yes. 1852, Bringley, West Yorkshire. Oh, it's the fairy picture.
Yeah.
This photo caused a lot of fuss. My mother spent some time to prove it was a fake.
Now that's based on an actual thing.
Yes.
If you ever want to look up,
1852, Bingley, West Yorkshire.
Fairy pictures. There was a whole fraud about it.
Are we not going to look at the Cthulhu statue?
Was there not a thing for the Cthulhu statue? No.
Oh.
Because it's
Sherry.
the only real thing here.
Okay, also there's a broken display case directly next to the Cthulhu
Oh, that's
statue.
concerning. Were we not going to talk about that, Sherry?
Nope. Oh, giant skeleton.
Look, it's Roger. This jolly old man's well preserved. Even looks refreshed.
I doubt he drew much interest at the auction.
That's for the best. I'd be upset if he fell into the wrong hands.
Hey, John, could you stop whispering?
Whisper, whisper, whisper.
So many calling cards. Mycroft liked to keep useful people at hand.
Interesting that Mycroft presumably was here then, because I figured this would be more of a Violet place.
As was stated to be Violet's, like, room of curiosities.
Yeah. Dear Mr. Holmes, please accept my deepest gratitude for your recent help with that personal matter. I shudder to think what would have happened if it were not for your keen eye and sharp mind. Rest assured, should our paths cross again, you will be greeted by a grateful friend, His Honor Judge McDougall.
Now, which Holmes are we talking about?
Well, probably not Sigurd, so probably Mycroft, right?
Probably Mycroft.
Carefully opened. Dated 24th of April, 1869.
Mr. Mycroft Holmes, the Cordona City Hall writes to inform you of the trial of Dr. Otto Richter. Holy shit! In the death of Mrs. Violet Holmes, has been assigned to His Honor Judge McDougall. Your application for a closed hearing has been granted. You are hereby informed that the prosecution has called you as a primary witness in the trial of Dr. Richter. You must present yourself at the Criminal Court of Cordona on the dates listed on the overleaf.
But he helped out one Judge McDougall.
Yeah.
Hey, Mycroft, did you, did you, like, prosecute a man illegitimately?
I mean, I don't like Otto Richter, but that doesn't seem right.
It really does kind of sound like, you used a political favor.
This drawer
Yeah.
is always closed. Only Mycroft knew how to open it.
I remember we tried to break it open and spy on him, but alas, had no success. Maybe today's the day. Oh, Sherry.
Mayhaps, John, mayhaps.
Maybe, John. Where is this last thing? Here it is. This is the last thing. Where first was it say on this side?
Officer Luciano J. Placido.
Do police often have, like, cards?
Reliable and driven. I recognize Mycroft's handwriting. I'm starting to remember something.
Mycroft
The master of unlocking.
Mycroft has his hands in maybe too many political, like, and social, like, importance of places.
Yes.
Oh, I remember these. We used them to spar together until Mycroft found out and forbade us from using real weapons.
I mean, we're not gonna talk about. I think it's the dive suit from Sinking City.
It might be.
It's a pity how many amazing things are missing from this room.
It is. Cozy blanket.
I remember this cozy blanket. It was perfect for...
Wigwam! Oh, that was a joy to build them. Imagining ourselves as wayfarers on the other side of the world.
Okay, I am noticing quite a a drop in the audio quality of John, and I'm starting to think maybe it's on purpose?
Maybe.
Is there anything else, or is it just...
I think it's just that one.
Okay.
One of the most ridiculous fakes I ever saw. Its owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable.
Yeah, it's pretty noticeable, dude.
It's very, very noticeable.
Watkinson and Holman, Chapter 1.
Watkinson and Holman, Chapter 1, by Wallace Dioram.
Oh, Mycroft. He always acts so serious, but then reads tripe like this.
John, if I remember correctly, you couldn't put this book down.
if you need us to explain that, I think you should take a look at the title of the game.
Yes.
Ah, the Holy Grail.
Another fake Holy Grail. Its owner claimed to be the heir of King Arthur. Scarcely believable. He also insisted a deadly rabbit was hunting him.
I love these references.
These are great references. I love it.
Okay, so we've got, if you could open the casebook.
Oh yeah, there is definitely a flashback or something that we need to do.
There's also, challenge from John.
Oh, okay. We could do that real quick.
Yeah.
Do I have it pinned? No, I don't. Okay, hang on. Hold on. Look at this open.
We need to concentrate on it.
I want to know what Mycroft's hiding from me.
Ah, the memory comes back. We snuck about watching him.
He closed the drawer and went to the hall. We were like two shadows crawling behind him.
To go into the hall. Is it in the umbrella by chance?
Maybe it's in the umbrella, yeah.
He opened the door to the postman, and they exchanged documents. If it was a real postman, of course.
I mean, would it not be a real postman? Oh, I guess, you know, he has been doing some sketchy shit.
Yeah. I think I saw a flash behind you.
Behind me, say?
Yeah. Towards, like, the center of the room. No? Oh, went upstairs.
The painting on the wall was slightly atilt. He stopped and straightened it. Then he threw some logs into the fire and sat in his armchair to read.
It's as boring now as it was then. I'm sorry, Sherry, but I think that's it.
Check the paint.
Wait, John, we never use the fireplace in the mornings.
Oh?
What if...
I was thinking he might have hid it behind the painting.
A bit of juniper in the fireplace created a soothing atmosphere. It's the little things, isn't it? I think this is what we're looking for.
Suck it, John. We found the key.
More accurately, suck at Mycroft. We found the key.
Yes.
We made it. So what's there?
Alcohol.
Oh. It's a bottle of whiskey.
Single malt whiskey. Mycroft's favorite.
He just had to keep one stashed away just in case.
I suppose that was a good reason to keep that out of children's hands.
Gifted by Queen Victoria herself.
What the fuck?
Have a bottle of fine single malt whiskey, Mycroft's favorite drink. We found it locked in the drawer of the desk of the curiosity cabinet, among a pile of important documents. Remarkably, it seems the whiskey was a gift from Her Majesty Queen Victoria herself.
Otto Richter. This one is rather thick. Mycroft can be truly dogged in his research.
Otto Richter's 45 years old, born to the respected family in Bern, Switzerland, unmarried, no heirs. Medical practitioner, graduated in the University of Geneva, Switzerland. Graduation was postponed a year due to a minor scandal on one of his placements. Interesting. Parents died of cholera in 1863. Only remaining family is a half-brother, Klaus, age 35. Present whereabouts of Klaus Richter is unknown, last seen on Cordona.
dossiers on the most influential people on Cordona. Mycroft always had a habit of building files on everyone he met.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting.
So what else do we got in that case book?
Okay, there was something I remembered. Well, Sherlock remembered from childhood.
An accident of some sort.
Oh. Old ladder.
I used this ladder to look at the top shelf, right? On the day of Mother's breakdown upstairs.
Right you are, Sherry.
Wait.
We heard a noise. I can't recall of exactly what. And we didn't have a great view from behind the statue.
Whoa. Nope. Come back here.
Books and papers from the table somehow ended up on the floor. Now it's coming to the surface. I feel it.
I keep hitting like the W key for was sad, but then accidentally hitting the button to jump down. Hello, yes. Let's do it.
Now Sherlock will be happy to lay on this floor. He knows where this floor has been.
Yes. Okay, so we're over here. There was... Oh, something over here. What are you guys doing? You got a thingy?
Yeah, they were on the ladder.
That's definitely true. What were you guys doing? Stop throwing things.
Looks like John was throwing something to Sherlock.
So they were hiding behind here, that we know.
Yeah.
John, what are you doing?
Being
You're such
silly.
a goober. No, honey. I
No,
don't.
they definitely weren't armed. No one armed the children.
Plus, I'm pretty sure they said they never took those things down.
Not after they got yelled at.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh! Mycroft ripping the diploma.
Diploma and yelling at Otto.
Yeah.
Or
The knight,
a knight.
is attacking!
It's definitely Mycroft.
Yes, definitely Mycroft.
That's it.
I think it's a...
You're not even trying,
No?
Sherry. Concentrate.
Okay, hang on. So... My thought process is that they mentioned that they're not allowed to touch that after this incident, right?
That they weren't allowed to touch it after they were playing with them.
Oh, okay. So it's unlikely that one. So wait, maybe it's this one? The ladder has to be involved, right?
I don't know. Oh,
Come on, Sherry. Let's go outside. Wait. Did you hear that? Come here, Sherry.
You call this progress? Charlatan, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
So there was a quarrel between them.
No kidding, Sean! No kidding! It all happened shortly after the incident in Violet's room on April 9th. Sherry decided to play with the artifacts in the Cabinet of Curiosities, and of course I went with him. As a result, we became unintentional witnesses to an argument between Mycroft and Otto Richter. Sherlock's brother was angry. He was sure that Dr. Richter had done something dubious to their mother, and it had backfired. He called Otto a charlatan.
I heard a noise in the hall. Let's check it out.
I don't like that! Your voice keeps getting warbly.
oh wait,
Your
go
voice
back.
gets softer than my voice.
I thought I saw like that must have been a trick of the light. Never mind. Continue.
It's okay. Did somebody go thump thump? Somebody thumping around here?
Something has been
Sherry,
left here.
look. We've got a parcel here. Hurry up and let's see what's inside.
Dear Mr. Holmes, I am waiting for you at Kurt Manchio's, that's definitely not how you pronounce that, mansion on Turquoise Lane across from Cordona Abbey in northern Grand Surrey. Come at once, if inconvenient, come anyway! Always your friend, VV, probably Vogel.
Yeah.
P.S. I sent you the appropriate outfit for this place to avoid any unnecessary complications. I hope it fits.
I've been secretly taking your
Invitation comes with a
measurements.
mask. We can't miss this, Sherry.
Oh boy, it's the last major case.
Shall we do it?
Not today.
Not today, guys!
But we'll definitely be picking that up next time. Open like the casebook in the Mind Palace. We got some stuff for a mother's love.
This is true.
Richter's experiments and so Richter's experiments and Mycroft testified against him.
Yes. Yes.
Escape.
Sometimes I forget that's how that one works.
It's okay.
Oh, shit. Okay, I don't think any of those match with each other.
I don't think so. We'll find out, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, but looks to be a good place to stop then.
Yeah.
Also, Vogel's really gotta stop breaking into our house.
He really does. He has a problem. He has an obsession problem.
He has not been invited over.
No. We insulted Art. Well, I don't know if we really insulted Art as much as, like, Sherlock was like, I don't get it. And then he took that very personally.
He took that very personally and refuses to believe that Sherlock is in fact not a tsundere and is just not rejecting his attention. In reality, Sherlock is not interested in Vogel.
Yeah. I like to say, if Vogel is Klaus, which I kind of assume he is, dude, back the fuck up. That age gap, no.
Yeah, like, he doesn't...
He seems too young.
He's too young.
He seems
looks
almost a little bit or a
older.
little bit older than Sherlock, but not that much older.
Yeah. Klaus was like 35.
Back when
Sherlock was like 10.
kid. I mean, I guess he could be Klaus's son?
Maybe.
But then why? Because I'm like 90% sure, and I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, you can hit me in a later video. Just bonk my little moth head with a ball or something. I don't know. That he's not involved. Like, I'm like 90% sure he's involved.
He's either involved or he does know who is involved.
Yeah. He's like clearly like, he feels like somebody who's like kind of batting a mouse around. Like it's like, you know. I'll be surprised if he's not. Maybe even a little bit grateful if he's not, but like, yeah, that's the kind of vibe I get from, that's what tropes are telling me. That's what like the kind of stories I feel leading into. But we'll find out.
Yeah, but we will have to find out where this sacrificial lamb story is taking us next time.
We're gonna die, clearly.
Maybe. We
Or
might.
John's gonna die.
Someone's gonna die. No
Someone's
one's coming
gonna
out
die.
of this unscathed.
Yes. Alright.
John, get ready to reset that days since someone has died Cordona back to 0.
Yes.